Current live score stands as 16-3 for your Blue Alliance. We just saw another artifact into the blue classifier ramp. That did count for 3, and I think we saw another one also coming from the leave bonus points from Otto earlier. And as we continue, Sushi Squad is going to make their half-field shots from the audience side launch line. That was 1, 2, 3 I saw. And that blue ramp classifier is going to fill up very, very soon until farther scored artifacts will become overflow, which count for only for 1 instead of 3. Here's 7759. That is Autonomous Prime. They're getting ready to line up at the vertex of their launch line on my side of the field, attempting to score into the red goal. A little bit short, but they're going to readjust in their next shots. Sushi Squad is going to continue scoring those artifacts into the blue goal. We finally see a purple artifact going past all artifacts. That counts as an overflow, which counts for 1 instead of 3. So the Blue Alliance might have to start thinking about opening up that ramp soon. Red Alliance Robot, Autonomous Prime, finally doing their shots into the red goal. We just saw 1 classified artifact. The second one not quite making it. As the score scans, it is 35 with 35 seconds to go. It's 43-6 for your Blue Alliance. Most of that scoring coming from Sushi Squad, with their alliance partner Built Different helping out as well by parking in the base zone as we come to the end game soon. With 15 seconds to go in this match, 77-59 trying to get their final artifact scored. Now moving closer from the top of the triangle to a little bit closer to the goal to account for that shortfall. But with 3 seconds to go, can they get those funny shots? Yes, they got 1, and it will slow down. And your referees will have to finalize those scores with, we also see a full blue ramp. We might see a lot of pattern points of purple, green, purple, with each additional artifact fitting that motif pattern as 2 points each. Qualification match 6 scores has been finalized by your referees. The Blue Alliance will take that match. And your Blue Alliance will take home 4 ranking points this time. 3 for winning the match, and 1 for the movement ranking point for having accumulated at least 16 points in base points and leave from the autonomous and endgame. So that's where that 4th ranking point is. It is the movement RP for at least 16 points scored in leave and base. We'll have qualification match number 7 set up for you right after this. All right, I'm going to introduce teams for qualification match number 7 now. Starting on your red lines, we have 19834 from Everett. It's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. They're joined by their alliance partner in red, 14343 from Bellevue. It's Escape Velocity. Over on blue, it's 7760 from Duval. It's Mishap. And finally, they're joined by 22152, also from Duval, Smelt. Qualification match number 7 is ready to begin. Drivers, on your marks in 3, 2, 1, go. We'll begin another 30 seconds of pre-programmed robot instructions. We're seeing another half-court shots from 22152, that is Smelt, from their audience side launch line. One artifact did make it into the blue classifier ramp. That will count for 3. So does red. They do make 2. Current motif pattern is purple, green, purple, so we will see an additional 2 points for both alliances for meeting the purple, green, purple motif pattern.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Here's 14343. That is Escape Velocity, easily identified by its yellow color, which is their team color, making shots from near the top of the scoring side launch line into the red goal. Looks like one did make it in for an additional 3 points. Blue Alliance making similar efforts. Here's 7760 Mishap, also lined up on the launch line, a little bit below the vertex, and we see 1, 2, 3, and one going over that wall. Looks like all 3 of those did make it in. Escape Velocity again, lined up near the launch zone, a little bit south of the peak. One made it in, one off of the field. Current life score is 25-20 for your Blue Alliance with 1 minute and 5 to go. Lots of robots near midfield, all fighting for position in the center of the field. At the top of the launch line, which you see the white tape are, they're trying to get their position because that's where they're lining up their shots, but they can't quite get it there. Stealth is lining up far from the tip of the launch line. They're trying to make their shots into the blue, but not in the optimal position that they want. But they're going to go ahead and reposition after obtaining additional artifacts. 34 more seconds to go. Current life score stands 35-23 for your Blue Alliance. All three robots, multiple robots, also fighting for lineup positions. 7760 and 7760 and 22152 along the launch line near the blue side. And we see that the blue ramp is full, so those additional artifacts, as you see rolling over, will count as overflow as 1 point only. 5 seconds to go. Robots to begin thinking about heading to their base zone. As we have 1 second remaining, that is the match time. And we'll have your referees finalize those scores. qualification match scores are now in. The pyramid color is blue. And the score is a difference of 4 points, 55 to 59 for your Blue Alliance, and they move up to rank 6 and rank 7 for if I can get the team names for Mishap and Smelt, both moving up to rank 6 and rank 7. Notably, we also see that additional 4th ranking point that is coming from the Pattern RP for having scored 18 points in Pattern. That came from the very full blue classifier ramp, and many of them fitting the pattern of a pattern. We'll have match number 8 ready to go very, very soon. All right, we're ready for qualification match number 8. All 4 robots on the field. Let's introduce these teams. Starting on your red lines, we have 14179 from Redmond. It's Sushi Squad. They're joined by their alliance partner. It's 7759 from Duval. It's Autonomous Prime. Over on the blue alliance, we have 27433 from Snohomish. It's Team Lumen. And finally, 9330 from Arlington, it's Neobots 1. Cool, qualification match number 8. Motif 2 is our randomization. Drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. 2 robots in motion, moving 2 inches right in front of them. 1, 2 in red, that's courtesy of, and 3, that's coming from Sushi Squad, making those 3 shots right near our obelisk, and it's going to come to rest off of the lunch line for that additional 3 points. And as I see, we also see an additional 2 robots off their lunch line, and they will count an additional 3 points for their alliance for that leave point and contribute to the movement ranking point.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Human players getting ready to load up their artifacts for placement inside of their robots. Here's 9330. I can't tell if that's an upside down bottle or an upside down boot. I've been told it's been called the drink bot. Someone will have to tell me what it is, but it's an amazing design. 1 minute and 40 to go. 9 to 17 for your red alliance. So far, we see five artifacts in the red ramp, classifier ramp. 1 on blue as well, and a total of 3 artifacts coming from Neobots 1. They're headed back to their human player loading zone for an additional 3 artifacts. There's 7359 and also their alliance partner, Sushi Squad, lining up along the launch line to make shots into the red goal. And so does Neilbots 1, lining up close right in front of me near the Ublesk within this launch area. 1 minute to go. Score stands at 28-26. It is a close match with both teams trying to make their lined up shots. One of them making a far field shot that's coming from Sushi Squad over on the Alliance audience side launch line. 77-59, that's Autonomous Prime within this middle of the top of the triangle of this launch area. They're trying to get their artifacts lined up to shoot into the red goal. The artifact is a little bit stuck, but we'll see if they can get it out. But we did see Neilbots 1 making additional shots. Blue classifier ramp, well, we see 2 overflow artifacts kind of stuck. Let's see if this third one will make that purple artifact go down, but it's still a bit stuck. But now they're going to be untangled, and we'll see about that blue classifier later. But we also see that the red classifier ramp is also full. Motif pattern is purple, green, purple. Any artifact in that pattern will count for an additional 2 points, and it will contribute to their pattern ranking point if they score at least 16 points in pattern. Alright, your referees are going to go ahead and finalize these scores, and we'll have them posted momentarily. We have a 1-point difference at the end of that match. Scores have been finalized, and it goes to your Red Alliance. Scores 64-60 for your Red Alliance. Red Alliance taking home those 3 ranking points, and 1 from the movement ranking point for having scored 16 points in leave and base. Blue Alliance is also going to take home 1 ranking point, also for the movement ranking point for the same reason. All right, this is qualification match number 9, and let's see who these teams are. Starting on your Red Alliance, as usual, we have 22-152 from Duval. It's Smelt. They're also joined by their alliance partner, 32-788 from Snohomish. It's Order of the Unk. Over on the Blue Alliance side of the field, we have 32-785, also from Snohomish. It's Guided Motion. And finally, they're joined by 7760 from Duval. It's Mishap. All right, randomization is motif 3. We're ready to begin quals 9. Drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. And now we begin our 30 seconds of autonomous pre-programmed robot code. Many artifacts leaving the field. 2 in the red classifier. 2 red classifier ramp, each counting for 3. Nothing yet for blue, but we'll expect to see a lot more in the tally-operated driver control period. So far, 7760 still trying to get some artifacts. Their last shot going a little bit over. They'll be fine-tuning their autonomous later so it doesn't quite overshoot.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes of driver control now beginning, and all robot drivers are finding artifacts to intake inside of the robot. 1 minute and 50. Score stands at 6-13 for your Red Alliance. Remember, our motif pattern is purple, purple, green. So far, the Red Alliance is purple, purple. So if it stays that way at the end of the match, it will count for 2 points for each artifact towards the pattern ranking point. 1 minute and 28 to go. Score is a 2-point difference, 13-14. Will be a close match until we see which team will pull ahead. We're seeing full court shots, both from 22-152 and 32-785, both from the audience side launch lines, where they are lining up near their loading zone. It will reduce the amount of time they'll have to move from their loading zone to their lineup spot, and it will minimize the time it will take to load and score. One of our artifacts hitting our FTA helping summon right now, but we have 45 seconds to go to score more artifacts into the goal. 7760, that's Mishap. Scoring 1-2, that's 3 into the blue classifier ramp. That is filling up, and they'll have to decide if they want to open up that ramp to let some artifacts through, or keep it that way so that they'll stay for the pattern ranking points too. We hear that train whistle, and that means we have 20 more seconds to go. All robots thinking about the base points, or thinking about scoring some more artifacts. One shot from Mishap, making its way to the blue goal, not quite making it in. Another from red as well, and that will be our match time. Two partial robots in blue, one might as well for red. Referees to make those determinations, and we'll have those scores posted very soon. scores have been finalized for qualification match number 9. The score says that's for the Blue Alliance. 39-51 for your Blue Alliance, taking home those 4 ranking points. 3 for the win, 1 for the movement ranking point. Red also goes home with a ranking point for the pattern ranking point as well. All right, that is it for Quals 9, and we'll have qualification match number 10 set up very soon. All right, we have qualification match number 10 ready to go. Let's see who these teams are. All right, let's take a look at your Red Alliance. We have 31991. That is Technoblade. They're joined by 21370. They are built different. Now over on your Blue Alliance, we have 18693. That's 4H Botsmith. And to close out that alliance, it is 14343 Escape Velocity. Alright, we have randomized to motif 1. It is qualification match 10. Let's begin. Drivers, we start in 3, 2, 1, go. So far, 2 robots in motion, both of them from the Blue Alliance, and 1 on red as well. Both alliances making shots into their respective goal zones. 1 for red, 2 for blue in the classifier ramp, each counting for 3 points as well. 18-6-9-3. Let me get to the right qualification match. 18-6-9-3, that's for each botsmith. Making a shot into the, attempting to make a shot into the blue goal. Not quite there, but they'll be fine-tuning it or looking at that later this match. After.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Now beginning our 2 minutes of driver control period, and another artifact going off out of the field. It will be a frequent event we see throughout the season and this event. 14-3-4-3, that's escape velocity with their signature red colors. And making an artifact right at my feet with 1 minute and 35 to go. Close match, 14-18 for your red alliance. Here's 21-370 with their catapult mechanism. That one made it through with 6 total classified artifacts into the red ramp. About to be 7. And an 8th one tried to get in there, and a 9th one not quite there, but as it stands, that will be an almost full. That was an almost full red classifier ramp, and a robot has opened up that red gate to allow for more classified artifacts. Over on the blue side, we see a similar thing. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 classified artifacts. If they scored a 9th one, all other artifacts scored into the blue goal will become overflow, which would be worth 1 point only instead of 3. Here's escape velocity, opening up that gate to let all those, well, almost all of those artifacts out so they can make room for additional classified artifacts. Then now we finally see them all go. 40 seconds goes. Current score stands neck and neck. It's still 41-43 in favor of your red alliance. We may see the lead change and grow away at any point right now. Red robot 31991, that's Technoblade, currently with 5 artifacts in their red classifier ramp. Escape velocity making similar efforts in their blue goal as well, currently 2 in their classifier ramp. Current motif pattern is green, purple, purple. Those 2 in the red classifier ramp will count for those 2 additional pattern points for each artifact. That is the end of the match. Red classifier ramp looks relatively full. We'll see how many pattern points they earn, and it will see if they earn the pattern ranking point. Alright, scores for qualification match number 10 already. Pyramid is red, indicating a red alliance victory. 80-58 for your red alliance. They take home those 3 ranking points. And red alliance members 3191 Technoblade moving up to 3rd in the Bardeen League rankings, as well as Built Different moving up to 2nd. And that will be it for qualification match number 10. We will have 11 very, very soon. All right, we have all 4 teams for qualification match number 4, so let's see who these teams are. Starting on your red lanes, if I go to quals 11, we have 16864. They're from Everett. It's Evergreen ETs. They're joined by 27433 from Snohomish. It's Team Lumen. Over on your blue lines, we have 19834. It's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. And they're joined by 32785 from Snohomish. It's Guided Motion. All right, we've randomized to Motif 2, and we're ready to begin qualification match number 11. Let's begin. Drivers, their match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. And we now begin our 30 seconds of autonomous pre-programmed robot instructions. 2 robots off the starting line. That's from both of the Blue Alliance robots. And as long as they stay off of the white tape that is the launch line in triangles you see, they will score 3 points and leave, and it will contribute to potentially earning the movement ranking point later if they score 16 total points in leave and base points. As of now, we'll let the remaining 3 seconds of autonomous conclude.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Driver control period, we now see all 4 robots in motion. 1 not in motion yet, 16064. We'll see if they get in motion later, as they have 3 artifacts they will want to score. However, their alliance partner, that's 27433. 1 artifact goes out of the field on their second shot, but the first one did make it into the red classifier ramp, counting for 3, as well as so does blue, one of the robots having scored a purple artifact into their classifier ramp. Current motif pattern is purple, green, purple, so as long as that purple artifact on the blue classifier ramp stays that way, it will count for an additional 2 points for the motif pattern. Currently at this time, all robots are looking for artifacts to score from. 32785, that is guided motion, guided by that launch line to shoot from the launch line to the blue classifier ramp, and they'll be headed back to their launch zone or nearby artifacts to score from. Current score stands as 45 seconds to go, 9-3 for your Blue Alliance. All 4 robots still in the middle of the field, looking for artifacts to score from. So far, we've seen additional scoring attempts from Guided Motion. So when I say we'll see artifacts leave outside the field, they will leave out of the field throughout the season, and I did not expect that. But we have 10 more seconds of teleoperated period to go. 2 blue robots partially on the blue base zone, 1 on red completely, and maybe another one, but the referees will have to make that decision. The time has hit 0. referees to finalize those scores, and I'm gonna go do some breathing exercises. Alright, the scores for qualification match number 11 are ready. Pyramid color is red to indicate a Red Alliance victory. That is a 63-22 win for your Red Alliance. 4 on red, additionally with a pattern ranking point bonus. 1 ranking point for blue for that movement ranking point bonus as well. As a reminder, that pattern ranking point bonus comes from having scored at least 18 points in pattern with artifacts in the motif pattern. That movement ranking point on blue, having scored 16 points in combined leave and base points.
Okay, so I need to edit.
Alright, before we get started with qualification match number 12, we're going to rewind back to qualification match number 9 with an announcement from your head referee. In Qual 9, the Blue Alliance opened the red gate. A major foul was assessed on blue and red was rewarded the ranking point. 3 major fouls to descoring were missed, and these additional 3 major fouls have been added. And with those additional major fouls, that did change the outcome in qualification match number 9. And the new outcome for qualification match number 9 does go to the Red Alliance after those additional 3 major fouls. Let's go back to qualification match number 12. All right, all 4 robots for qualification match number 12, and let's see who's competing in this match. Starting on your Red Alliance, we have 7759 from Duval. It's Autonomous Prime. They're also joined by sibling team 22152, also from Duval. It's Smelt. Over on the blue line side of the field, we have 32788 from Snohomish. It's one of your rookie teams this year. It's Order of the Ankh. And finally, they're joined by 18693 from Snohomish. It's 4H Botsmith. All right, cool. We're randomized to Motif 1, and Quals 12 is ready to begin. So drivers, on your marks, this match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. And let's get started with qualification match number 12, and it looks like 22152 made many shots from the audience side launch line, not quite making it in, but we'll see some additional later this qualification match. 18693, that is 4H Botsmith. 1 artifact in the blue goal into the classifier ramp, others going off of the field, but the second one did make it in for an additional 3 points.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, while our speaker crackling is being resolved right now, we're going to go ahead with our remaining 2 minutes of driver control. Here's 7759, it's for H. Botsmith. They're going to go up and line up for their 3 shots. There's 1 that made it in. Can they get 2 and 3? We'll have to see. That second one didn't go through the classifier, but it will land onto the ramp, and so does their third one. Dude, it is making it through the classifier ramp. Okay, so this goal is about 4 feet in the air, and I think that one went about 20 feet up in the air. So let's see if we can see additional artifacts make it into the goal. 1 minute and 15 to go. It is 25-6 for your Blue Alliance. Current pattern stands green, purple, purple, and it looks like both alliances have mostly made that pattern, as we see an additional artifact from the Blue Alliance, courtesy of my tablet turned off, courtesy of 4H Botsmith. We just saw two long distance shots. That's from 22152. One of them made it in, and another bounced out, not making it onto the ramp. With 45 seconds to go, we're gonna see a lot more artifacts going to come in. Autonomous Prime over at the depot. We haven't seen many artifacts scored in the depot so far today, but maybe if we see some artifacts roll over, we might see depots. They do count for some points, if I can find it. They count for 1 point if they make it into over the depot, which is that white tape you see along the goal. 20 seconds to go. So far, the blue classifier ramp is almost full with 8 artifacts. many of them going to count for pattern points as well with the green-purple-purple pattern. With 4 seconds to go, robots are going to make their final shots and make their way to base. And that will be the end of the match, and we'll see what pattern points have been scored and what base points have been scored, and we'll see what additional ranking points the teams have scored. During that last match, a blue robot scored 5 artifacts from the red classifier ramp, so 6 major fouls do come with that penalty. So now with that, we have the scores ready, and this match, color of the pyramid says goes to your Rad Alliance with 132 to 50. And the Red Alliance also earns a pattern ranking point along with that. All right, for qualification match number 13, we have all 4 robots on the field, so let's see who they are. Starting on your Red Alliance, we have 19834 from Everett. It's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. They're joined by their alliance partner in red. It's 7760. It's Mishap. Over on your blue alliance, it's 9330 from Arlington. Neobots 1. And they're joined by their alliance partner, 21370. They're built different.
Okay, yeah, and that was very nice.
All right, we have randomized to Motif 1, and we're ready to begin qualification match number 13 of 21. Drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. And now we begin our 30 minutes of, not 30 minutes, 30 seconds of pre-programmed robot instructions. Many artifacts going out of the field, but we do have two. We do have two artifacts in the blue classifier ramp. And as of right now, all robot motion has come to a cessation. With 3 robots off the launch line, it will be an additional 3 points for each robot off the launch line, counting towards the movement ranking point.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes of driver control from the drive teams of all robot teams. And here's Neobots with their, and I've been told, I've heard drink robot, I've heard boot robot. I've been told it is an upside down boot that they are shooting with. And now we see 6 artifacts into the blue ramp from Neobots with their upside down boot robot. So far, we're also seeing efforts from 21370 that's built different. They're using the catapult mechanism to score into the blue ramp, blue goal, which so far the blue ramp is full. So until they do open their gate, each additional artifact scored into the goal will count as overflow. As we see 1, 2, and possibly a 3rd and 4th one, only counting for 1 until that gate opens up to clear out the current classified artifacts. Current score right now is 68-6 for your blue alliance, and I think now we just saw Built Different open up that blue gate, and all those artifacts are now piled up in the red loading zone. 45 more seconds to go. The current score stands as 71-9 for your blue alliance. We do finally see an artifact in the red ramp. Current motif pattern is green, purple, purple. No artifacts have met that pattern yet, but with our remaining 30 seconds, we might see it meet that pattern. Neobots with their upside down boot with 3 artifacts ready to launch, lined up against the launch line. We got 1, second one miss, and third one does make it in, and a catapult shot from 21370 Built Different. 13 more seconds, another long shot from across the field for Mishap. As we have 7 more seconds, drive teams are yelling out to make it back to their base zone, and that will be the remaining 3 seconds of this match. All right, that's it for qualification match number 13. Raw score is 82-29. It will change once your referees finalize those scores. Match scores are in for Qual 13. That's the Blue Alliance taking that win. And we see many, many ranking points. I think this is our first 5 ranking point match for the Blue Alliance. They take home that movement and pattern ranking point. That puts Built Different in first in the Bardeen League rankings. Red Alliance also taking home the pattern and movement ranking points. So Red Alliance 2 ranking points, Blue Alliance 5, and that will conclude it for qualification 13. And with that, let's see who we have for qualification match number 14, now that all robots are in the field. Starting on your Red Alliance, we have 16864 from Everett. It's Evergreen ETs. They are joined by 14179, currently ranked 3 in the Bardeen League. From Redmond, it's the Sushi Squad. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 14343. From Bellevue, it's Escape Velocity. And finally, 31991 from Sammamish, it's their rookie year, it's Technoblade. All right, randomization is motif 1 as from before, and we're ready to begin qualification match number 14. Drivers, we begin in 3, 2, 1, go! 1, 2, 3 robots in motion, and 1 making some scores. That's coming from 14179, the Sushi Squad, making 2 artifacts into the red classifier ramp. 14343, movement having motor motions, but nothing coming out yet, but we'll see some more once we begin the driver control period. 5 seconds remaining in the autonomous period, and after coming to a cessation of movement, we'll see what else we have in the driver control.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Now beginning our 2 minutes of driver control, Sushi Squad headed straight to their human player loading zone, getting those 3 artifacts ready to score from their launch line into their red goal. That's 1, we see 2, can they make their 3rd one? Yes they do, a perfect 3 artifact score from their launch line. Over on the Blue Alliance, we see a similar effort from Technoblade. That's 31991 lined up against the blue goal wall. They have 1, 2, can they get 1 in? Not quite, but they're gonna head back to their loading zone for some more artifacts to score from. Here's Sushi Squad again, 1, 2, can they make their 3rd one? That's there, not quite! They made 2 classified artifacts and 1 bounces right out of the field. And we'll see if they can do it again as they go back to their loading zone. I saw 1, 2, now 3, one of them making it into the blue classifier ramp. That is courtesy of Technoblade, your rookie team from Sammamish this year. 55 seconds to go, current live score stands 9-29. For your Red Alliance. Red classifier ramp is very, very full. Additional artifacts will score as overflow for 1 instead of 3. Blue Alliance making their way to that. They currently have 5. Current motif pattern is green, purple, purple. We see a lot of those. If they remain that way at the end of that match, we may see a lot of artifacts scored as pattern points. Some robots aren't in motion anymore. We currently only have 2 in motion. 1 for red, 1 for blue. Sushi Squad making their final scoring efforts with overflow artifacts. Blue Alliance robot Technoblade making their final classified artifact shots into their goal. as they go back to their loading zone for their human player to score to load additional, but with 2 seconds remaining, that will be the match time.
Okay, controllers down, stop your program.
Alright, qualification match 14 scores are in. Color of the pyramid is red. Victory. And they took home 5 ranking points again, moving up to 1 and 3 for Sushi Squad and Evergreen ETs, taking home the movement RP, the pattern ranking point, and their 3 for the victory. All right, qualification match number 15. Robots are on the field, so let's introduce these teams. Starting on your red lines, we have 18693, that is 4H Botsmith. They're joined by their alliance partner 19834. From Everett, it's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. Over on the blue alliance, we have 32788. It's a rookie team from Snohomish. It's Order of the Unk. And finally, we have 27-4-33 competing in their second season from Snohomish. It's Team Lumen. We have randomized to Motif 2, and we're ready to begin qualification match number 15. So drivers, if you can get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots in motion, 1 making their way to the top of the launch line. That's 18693 Botsmith with 3 artifacts ready to score with what may be their flywheel mechanism, or one of them finally going into the red classifier ramp. Can we see a second one? Can a third? 2? Can we see 3 at the end of this autonomous?
No. They lost it out the back.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes of driver control period, the teleoperated period, as our robots will be finding artifacts from the field to intake from. 27-4-33 looking at that purple artifacts right in front of them on their left and their right. Will they be able to obtain one? They'll be headed to near their loading zone. Over at the center of the field, at the top of the launch line, robots trying to line up on that launch line, which they frequently use. 18693, that's Botsmith. We now have 4 artifacts on the red classifier ramp. Over on blue, they're making their efforts to pick up artifacts.
Introducing the artifact. Seth, I already called it. Seth, I already called it.
Botsmith continuing to line up on the launch line with 1, 2, and can we see 3? Not quite 3. It was a little bit short, but we'll see another 3 hopefully later today with 1 minute to go. 26-6 for your Red Alliance. Still a lot of contact in the middle of the field as they try to get the center of that launch line, which are the white tape triangles you see. And there we go, Botsmith made 1, made almost 2, but we'll see a third one coming very, very soon, and that does go in, as that red classifier ramp is now almost full with 8 artifacts. Blue Alliance attempt from one of the blue robots. Order of the Ankh, that's the rookie team from Snohomish, falling a little bit short of the blue goal, but they're going to make, we're hoping they'll make some more as they come to park at the base. And so does their alliance partner, 27-4-33 Team Lumen. Botsmith is not done scoring into the red goal, but after that, we have a full red ramp, all robots to session in motion as we count down to time. 3, 2, 1, and that is the match time. Qualification 15 scores are now in. The pyramid says it goes to your Red Alliance. Score is 70-31. Red Lions taking home 3 plus the movement making point Blue Alliance taking home that movement and pattern ranking point. And that'll do it for qualification match number 15. All right, we're now in qualification match number 16, and get ready for this one. It's going to be a good one. Starting on your Red Lions, we have team 21370. They're currently ranked 2 in the Bardeen League. They're built different. They're joined by their alliance partner. It's 22152 from Duval. It's Smelt. Over on your Blue Alliance, we have 9330 from Arlington. It's Neobots 1. And finally, your number 1 ranked team currently at the Bardeen League, 14179 from Redmond. It's the Sushi Squad. All right, everyone, qualification match number 16. Get ready for this one. Qual 16 will begin in 3, 2, 1, go. We have Sushi Squad in rank 1, built different in rank 2. We might see a high-scoring match from both alliances for this one. It will be close. Current score is 9-6 for your Blue Alliance. All robots have ceased all motor motion and physical movement. 2 classified artifacts for red, 3 for blue, and that will be the remaining of our 5 seconds of autonomous as we see our score at 19-6 for blue.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes of driver control begin. Again, we're playing with rank number 2, built different, and rank number 1, Sushi Squad. Score will be maybe very close in the end. Let's see what we have. 21370, that is built different with their catapult mechanism, lining up against their launch line, very close. A long shot from Smelt all the way from the audience side launch line, making 1 and 2 shots, not quite making it. So they're going to go ahead and reposition and re-angle themselves for this green artifact to make it all the way over. But it misses our scoring referee. Current life score is 25-12, 25-15 actually for your Blue Alliance. 14-179, that's Sushi Squad, your number 1 ranked team, currently with 8 classified artifacts in the blue ramp, now 9. Now for blue, until they open that gate, next artifacts will become overflow and worth only 1 instead of 3. As soon as I say that, Sushi Squad went ahead and opened that gate. Only 5 went out, but it's enough to make room for additional classified artifacts. And with 50 seconds to go, the current score stands at 34-18 for your Blue Alliance. Smelt again lining up from the audience side launch line. The white tape you see in the triangle, it's the smaller triangle that I'm referring to. Smelt is lining up against there to make long shots near their loading zone to the red goal. So far it's been working with 8 classified artifacts. A 9th one misses, but we will see another one go right in there. That will be 9 and additional class overflow artifact. We heard the train whistle. That means there are 20 seconds remaining. The current time now stands at 7 seconds to go. Current life score is 107-28 for your Blue Alliance, and that will be the match time right there. Current motif pattern is green, purple, purple. We may see some of that for the Red Alliance. The referees will go ahead and finalize those scores. Qualification 16 match scores are in. The color of the pyramid says it's the Blue Alliance. 61-122 for your Blue Alliance. They take home 5 ranking points, 1 for movement and 1 for pattern. That'll be it for qualification match number 16. All right. Next match we're ready for is qualification match number 17. Let's see who these teams are. Starting on your red lines, we have 32785 from Snohomish. It's Guided Motion. They're joined by their alliance partner 31991 from Sammamish. It's Technoblade. Over on the blue side of the field, Numbers are very similar. We have 7760 from Duval. It's Mishap. And their sibling team, 7759, also from right here in Duval. It's Autonomous Prime. All right, qualification match number 17. You ready to begin? Motif 2, let's go. Drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Now beginning with our 30 seconds of usual pre-programmed robot instructions. 1, 2, 3. That's coming from Technoblade. Line up against the red gold wall, making those shots. 1, 2, 3. 3 classified artifacts. Over on blue, we see 2 as well. Can we see a third one? It's not quite angled right from what I'm seeing right now. But as of right now, all robot motion has come to a cessation, and that's the end of your autonomous.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
Two minutes of driver control, concluding the autonomous period. 31991, that's Technoblade. Having loaded up with 3 artifacts from their loading zone, they're lined up against the Red Alliance wall. 1, can we see 2 and 3? 1 bounces up, 1 makes it in. Their Alliance partner, Guided Motion, lined up against the Alliance side launch line, making those long shots. Not sure if they quite made them, but we will see it again as they have a green artifact making over. And it reaches over, and it passes over the red gold. Blue line side of the field, we see 3 classified artifacts. And another long shot from 7760 from Mishap. One minute and 5 to go. The current score stands as 25-12 for your Red Alliance. Guided Motion making another long shot, not quite making it as they will have to realign. On the blue lines, we're seeing many artifacts going in. Those are the Cedar Crest High School teams, Mishap and Autonomous Prime, making their long shots and close shots from their respective launch lines. Another 35 seconds to go. We're back with one of the robots. I believe that is Technoblade, line up against their red gold wall as well. Blue Alliance has filled up their blue classifier ramp. And additional artifacts will be scored as overflow as 1 additional point instead of 3. Blue line side, red line side of the field. We're not seeing. I believe Technoblade is currently having a little bit of technical difficulties. Hopefully they can get those 3 artifacts soon within these last 5 seconds. As of right now, Mishap and Autonomous Prime in their base partially, and red line partner Guided Motion also fully in their. We'll let the referees decide what those scores are, and they'll be finalized and posted up on the screen soon. qualification match. 17 scores are now in. The Blue Alliance wins that match as we see them take home the 3 ranking points for winning. It is a 1-point difference as we see. 1-point difference as Blue Alliance takes that win for 3 ranking points, moving up to 8th and 7th in the Bardeen League. All right, we have 4 robots on the field. This is qualification match number 18, and let's see who we have. Starting on your red alliance, as usual, we have 14343 from Bellevue. That is Escape Velocity. They're joined by their alliance partner, 9330 from Arlington, Neobots 1. Over on the Blue Alliance, we have 16864 from Everett. It's Evergreen ETs. And to conclude that lineup, we have 32788. It's Order of the Unk. All right, this is qualification match number 18. It is Motif 2. Drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. All 4 robots in motion. Escape Velocity trying to make their auto work, not working as expected, but we'll see what other robots have. So far, we have 17 seconds remaining in the autonomous, all robots having come to a cessation, and we're going to spend the next 10 minutes looking at the field. 10 seconds.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
All right, we have 2 minutes of teleoperated period of driver control. Let's see these robots make some artifact scores into their respective goals. So far from Escape Velocity, we're seeing 1, now 2 classified artifacts. And the long shot from their alliance partner, Neobots 1, with their upside-down boot. One of them now making it in. They have the second one to make it. It's 2 for 3 so far for Neobots 1. And they're back to their loading zone to find some more artifacts. Their alliance partner, Escape Velocity, they're looking at the artifacts they see up on the ground, lined up within the launch zone area. 1, 2 from Neobots 1, and 3 for 3 on that one. Escape Velocity making an effort to launch their artifacts as well. Blue Alliance robots currently not moving, not in motion as much right now. 16864 will be in the base zone. Alliance partner, that will be Order of the Unk. That's the rookie team from Snohomish. They'll be moving around looking for artifacts to intake to make an effort to score as well. Current life score is 0-30 for your Red Alliance. We continue to see those long shots from Neobots 1, as we see now that the red classified ramp is now full. Those additional artifacts were scored as overflow instead of classified, which counts for 1 instead of 3. And as you just saw, escape velocity opened up that gate to allow for artifacts to go out so they can score additional classified artifacts. Training whistle sounded. We have 20 more seconds of driver control. Teams will begin thinking about making their final scores and final shots into their goals. Escape velocity with another artifact to launch in. Current motif pattern is purple, green, purple. And as of right now, that will be the match time. Referees to make their final scores for the base points, and we'll have those scores posted. Alright, qualification match 18 scores are up. The pyramid built to be color red. And the ranking points they take home are the 3 win points, 1 additional ranking point for the movement ranking point for having scored at least 16 points in movement and base. All right, this is qualification match number 19. Teams are playing their final matches of the day, and let's see who we have for Quals 19. Starting on your Red Alliance, we have one of your host teams for Bardeen League Meet 1. It's 7759 from Duval. It's Autonomous Prime. They're joined by their alliance partner. It's a rookie team from Sammamish. It's 31991 Technoblade. Over on the blue side of the field, we have another one of your host teams for Bardeen League Meet 1. It's 22152 from Duval. It's Smelt. And finally, they're joined by 19834 from Everett. It's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. It's All right, I think this is the third time in a row we have randomized to Motif 2.
We're tired.
Okay, let's begin qualification match number 19. Drivers, get ready in 3, 2, 1, go. Long shot attempts from Smelt from their audience side launch line. One also hitting me again. Common theme throughout the day, and it's going to be common theme throughout the season. And so far, all robot movement has success. What we see right now is red classifier ramp. We see 2 classified artifacts. Current life score is 13-3, and that will be the end of your autonomous period.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
2 minutes of driver control period begins. Technoblade going straight to their red loading zone. 1, 2, 3 artifacts ready to shoot into the red goal, lining up against their gold wall as they usually do. 1, we'll see 2. Can we see 3? Not quite. We see 2 of 3. An additional 1 from their alliance partner. It's NMS Cybernetic Narwhals. Now I finally corrected that name after mispronouncing it many times throughout the day. Current life score stands with 1 minute 25 to go. It is 6-19 for your red alliance. Technoblade doing their lineup against the red wall. And right now we see 6 classified artifacts on the red classified ramp. On the blue alliance side of things, we currently have 1 artifact on the ramp. Their robots are going to their loading zone and making their way to the launch line to launch up to 3 artifacts into their blue goal. I think we just saw an artifact disrupt the score for a blue robot, but so far I haven't seen the effect right now. It goes 1, 2, third one goes over, but now we see 3 classified artifacts for the blue alliance. Red alliance ramp is almost full. They're at 8, and this 9th one will fill it up. There's the 9th one on the second one, and now any additional artifacts will overflow as 1 point instead of 3. Current life score is 35-16 for your red alliance. Technoblade just opened up their red gates so that additional artifacts will be scored as classified instead of overflow. Will it work in their favor? We will see as the Technoblade lines up for additional artifacts. They see 1, we saw 2, and they'll be back for more, or they'll be headed to base with 3 seconds to go. As we count down the time, that is the match time. Qualification match number 19 scores have been posted. Top of the pyramid goes to your red alliance. A 51-41 win for your red alliance. They take home 3 ranking points. Blue also goes home with 1 ranking point for having scored 16 points in movement, coming from the leave and base points. This is qualification match number 20, and let's see who we have for our teams. Starting on your red alliance, we have 27-433 from Snohomish. It's Team Lumen. They're joined by their alliance partner, 32-785, rookie team from Snohomish. It's Guided Motion. Over on the blue alliance side of the field, we have 21-370 from Redmond. It's Built Different. And finally, we have 14-343 from Bellevue. It's Escape Velocity. All right, we're ready to begin qualification match number 20. All right, drivers, your match begins in 3, 2, 1, go. Our penultimate match of the day for Bardeen League Meet 1. And at this time, we have Escape Velocity, now with Autonomous Motion with 1 artifact shot. Can we see another one? They're going to go over to their spike marks and pick up an additional 2 artifacts. 1. They're 2 for 2 right now. Can they get a third one out? Not quite, as they go to another spike mark for additional. Later in the season, we're going to see them pick up all 3 of those spike marks.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And our penultimate teleoperated period of the day for Bardeen League Meet 1, Escape Velocity shooting their final artifact. And with our motif pattern of purple, purple, green, that's the exact motif pattern we see with all the colors in their correct positioning. Those will count for an additional 2 points of points, both concluding at the end of autonomous and teleoperated, if they say it that way at the end of the teleoperated period. 90 seconds to go. It is 6-22 for your blue alliance. Lots of motion near midfield at the top of the launch line, which are those big white tapes that form a triangle. And we have another 75 seconds remaining to go. Guided Motion from Medina Academy. They have an artifact they're looking to shoot. They're trying to find the launch line to get onto, but there's too many robots to make their way to. Escape Velocity is on the launch line. They're hogging that space, preventing another red robot from taking that space to make their shot lineups as well. 50 additional seconds to go. We currently have 6 artifacts classified on the blue ramp. Red side also has 1. And we see a pretty medium shot from 27-433. That's Team Lumen from the launch line. With 30 seconds to go, the current score stands at 28-12 for your blue alliance. As we see one of the blue robots head near the red loading zone. Now hearing that train whistle sound with additional 20 seconds remaining to go. Robots thinking about heading to base to park over there or make their final shots. Escape Velocity with artifacts to score. 3 more to score to make a full ramp. There's 1. Can they get the second one? Yes, they do, and that will be the match time. Referees to tally up those scores and make the final assessment for scoring, and we will have those match scores posted. match 20 scores are now in. The color of the pyramid is blue. And the ranking point assessments, 1 ranking point for red for the movement. Again, that red movement ranking point is for having scored 16 points in leave or base. And the blue alliance goes home with a total of 4 ranking points, 3 from winning the match, and 1 for the pattern ranking point for having scored 18 points for artifacts matching the motif. Alright everyone, before we start qualification match 21, first of all, thank you for attending Bardeen League Meet 1. Before you make your way out, and as you make your way out, please to make sure to check your surroundings and pick up any trash you see. If it's yours or someone else's, please pick up your trash and throw it in the closest garbage can that is available to you. And also, make sure you clean up your pit space and throw any garbage in the trash as well. Was that all the... Yeah, after qualification match number 21, we will be back for Bardeen League Meet 2 on November 15 with the same schedule as you have today. So after that, we will now start our introductions for qualification match number 21. Starting on your red lines, we have your number 1 ranked team in Bardeen League Meet 1. It's 14179 from Redmond. It's the Sushi Squad. They're joined by 7760. One of your host teams, it's Mishap. Over on your blue alliance, we have 18693 from Snohomish. It's 4H Botsmith. And finally, we have 16864. It's Evergreen ETs. Alright, hi everyone, I'm behind the blue alliance area, so this time I don't want to count down from 3, 2, 1, go, so I'm going to need your help to help me count down this match, alright? Is everybody count down 3, 2, 1? Alright, thank you for the enthusiasm. Alright, qualification match number 21, the last match of the day. Drivers, your match begins in... 3, 2, 1, go! Our final qualification match for Bardeen League Meet 1. 2 and 3 shots and 4 many artifacts in the air. I can't count how many artifacts are in the air. There's so many artifacts going all around. But with those many artifacts that just launched all over the air, we see 2 classified artifacts for the Red Alliance, 1 on blue, and another long shot from Mishap. There's so many artifacts in the air. It is the last match of the day. We have another 5 seconds to go. 2 classified artifacts for both alliances.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
A chaotic autonomous period indeed for many artifacts in the air. Will we see the same thing for the autonomous period? Let's see with these remaining 110 seconds to go. At the center of the field, we see Mishap on the launch line with 1 shot going over the red goal. The second one, they're going to fine-tune to not overshoot, and that one does actually go in. And another overshot from their alliance partner. They'll be fine-tuning those to make sure they go into the red goal. For the blue lines, we have 18693. That's Botsmith. They're lined up on their launch line, finding their optimal spot to shoot, and that actually hits our scoring referee instead. 1 minute 15 to go. The score stands 16-25 for your blue alliance. Mishap making launches from the top of the triangle, that is the launch line. I saw 2 went in. Another one from the alliance partner, it's Sushi Squad, with 1 minute to go. It is tied 25. Score is tied at 25 with 55 seconds to go. 18-6-9, they're at the top of the launch line of this triangle. There are two triangles on the field, which are the launch lines, indicated by the white tape. As we see Bot Smith score another classified artifact into the blue goal for another 3 points. 33 seconds remaining to go. Blue has taken the lead with 39-31, an 8-point lead. As Bot Smith lines up for another shot into the blue goal. Long shot from the launch line, courtesy of one of the red robots. 2 going in and possibly 3. That is courtesy of Sushi Squad with a full red classified ramp. Motif pattern is green, purple, purple. We're expecting a lot of pattern points for that. With 2 more seconds to go, all robots stay up near their bases, and that has been the match time. Scores are now posted up on the screen. Color of the pyramid is red. 61-52 for your Red Alliance. They take home those 4 ranking points. Mishap moving up to rank 4, and Sushi Squad staying in that rank 1 position. All right, and with that, that is the conclusion of Bardeen League Meet 1 for the first week of Washington State's FTC's first 2 weeks of league meets. On your way out, please make sure to check your surroundings for any trash to pick up, and make sure to clean up your pit areas when you tear down your pits. We will see you on Saturday, November 15th for Bardeen League Meet 2 with the same schedule. So until then, work on your robots, fine-tune them. We'll see you again for Bardeen League Meet 2, November 15th with the same schedule.